One of the tools that I like to use first and foremost is ensuring that someone does not have a nutrient deficiency, because we do know there are certain nutrients that are responsible for helping you make that enzyme. One of the enzymes, the main enzymes that breaks down DAO. So, in this analogy that James is giving of these gas tanks, certain things will fill the tanks, which we mentioned. There are certain things that can cover up the tank so it doesn't get full too much. Once it's full, you cover it off and it's not going to fill anymore. There are also things that can kind of open up a spigot on the bucket. And think of these enzymes as that spigot. They can help to empty out the tank so it doesn't overflow and cause damage. So one of these enzymes is called DAO. Another one is called HNMT. And you do need specific nutrients that can help you make these different enzymes. We make some endogenously on our own inside of our own body. You're going to make some naturally in the lining of your small intestine. You can make some in the liver, the kidneys, and the brain, because those are where you can have histamine symptoms as well. But we do know that if there's damage in those areas, maybe you have leaky gut. So that area is a little bit damaged. That might not be the best place for you to be making some of these things then. Or it's possible that you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease or steatosis or cirrhosis. Your liver is hardened. You're not going to be able to make these enzymes as well there if that's happening. So you do need other ways to be able to make these enzymes. So our body will take certain nutrients to help make these enzymes. And then genetically, we can also have mutations that prevent that. But you want to make sure that you're consuming sufficient amounts of these, or that your levels aren't low of things like iron, B12, B6, copper, vitamin C, zinc. So important that those are in line. And it's really funny because once I point that out, my patients will tell me, I'll ask them, a lot of my patients have low iron because it's absorbed in the gut. So most of my patients have low iron. And a lot of them will tell me, oh yeah, the years that I've had really low iron, I have really bad allergies. You need iron to make DAO. So if you're low in iron, you're low in that enzyme to break down histamine, you have worse histamine symptoms. So that's one of my first things to check. Are you deficient in any of those things? Let's replete it. If so, let's get you eating them. Let's get you supplementing with them. So that's one thing that can really, really help. And then there are other things that can, again, outside of those nutrients, help you upregulate production of those enzymes. One of my other favorites is certain foods that are rich in DAO. And guess what? It's beans. So if you're over here trying to cut out beans because they bother your stomach, you actually might be counterproductive, because beans are really rich in that DAO enzyme.
It's actually another reason, if you're struggling with beans, you want to figure out what's going on so you can reincorporate beans, because there's going to be, this is one of many benefits of beans, right? So you want to figure out what's going on instead of, just masking, avoiding, running away. If you guys have watched any of our past videos, we're all about facing problems head on and understanding, not just running away. So some of the beans in that legume category would be pea shoots. A lot of these are sprouted. So shout out to sprouting as well, because it's going to unlock even more nutrients, one of them being DAO.
Enzymes.
So pea shoots, lentil sprouts, and fava sprouts are some of the best sources of DAO. Some of our favorites are so tasty. You can throw them on toast. You can put them in a sandwich. You could throw them on a salad. You can even just throw them in your smoothie and blend them up if you're not a fan of just crunching on them and eating them. So there's so many ways to eat these sprouts and eat the beans. And again, sprouting the beans, or any legume really, which you can sprout pretty much any legume, is wonderful. Untold and unfathomable amounts of nutrients in these foods. So yet another reason to eat your beans.
Eat your beans.